Some say Chinese is one of the most difficult languages in the world, and learning it is almost impossible.
So learning Chinese, the most difficult thing.
非常难.
So I'm sort of tone deaf. I can't really hear them.
I think the cultural mindset is the biggest complication for
The
us.
grammar.
知吃思吃都很难
It's just complicated so much.
Only because you're not learning it in the right way. Why not try Takeaway Chinese, where you can take some Chinese away and experience progress day by day. Takeaway Chinese, we will promise you a difference.
你好，欢迎收听随行汉语 Welcome to Takeaway Chinese. I'm Fei Fei and joining me today is our Tony Reed. Hello, Tony.
Hey, Fei Fei, what's going on? And hello to all of our listeners out there. Hope you guys can take away something today, because I certainly think I will.
Yeah, today we have one of the basics of the Chinese language, which is to apologize.
Oh,
in
yes.
Chinese.
I think we really need that.
Yeah, it's important to know the words and the phrases you are going to use when you want to apologize. And I think more importantly, we'll also be talking about the social and cultural practices when you try to apologize in the Chinese language.
All right.
And
非常重要.
yeah, it's very important. 非常重要. And of course, there are like dozens of ways of saying I'm sorry or otherwise. But which one to use, you know? You want to know the right one to use.
In the right context,
yes,
right?
Yes, and that's important. And that's what we'll be talking about today. And first of all, as usual, we'll have a dialogue about how to apologize.
小心点，你又踩到我的脚了。
真对不起，我不是故意的，我老是这样冒冒失失的。
我昨天才刷的鞋，现在又脏了。
实在不好意思，我下次一定注意。
没事，就这样吧，别放在心上。
Yeah, that's a simple, well, I wouldn't call it a simple expression to apologize, but there are definitely something we've used before, like 对不起 in the
对不起
dialogue, right?
Right.
And first of all, let's break it down. 小心点儿
So this is, watch out. So I guess this, well, the ah sound is obviously ah or o or something.
Yeah.
And then you have the 小心. This is careful, right?
Yeah, careful, watch out.
And then the DN is kind of like a little or a bit.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? What's the difference between this 小心 and then also 慢点? Because I hear a lot of people say, I hear this more than anything.
Well, 小心 and 慢点 can sometimes be interchangeable. For example, when someone is walking really fast outside on the road, you can use 慢点, walk slowly, or 小心 to watch out as a way to remind him or her
Be careful.
Yeah, be careful. But 小心 can also be used in other circumstances. For example, you are seeing like something is dangling up on the building and someone is walking below it, and you will definitely use 小心 as a way to remind them to be careful of what might be falling down.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so 小心 I think can be used in more occasions.
Okay. I think that translates more to watch out.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, cool.
And then we have 你又踩到我的脚了
This is you stepped on my foot again.
Again.
All right. So, 你 is you. And then this 有, this is not have.
Yeah, this is 有, the fourth tone.
So is this again?
Yes.
Okay. And then 踩, I think this is to step on, right?
Yes, 踩到, stepped on.
踩到, so 到 is the past tense. And then 我的 my 脚, I think this is foot.
Yes.
And then at the end you have 了 again.
Yeah.
So is this again or is this past tense?
This 了, I think it actually comes together with the you in the beginning of the sentence.
Okay.
So if we didn't have the 了 in the sentence here, if we just say 你又踩到我的脚, it sounds unfinished. It sounds really unnatural. And with the le in the end of the sentence, it's more natural this way. It doesn't really carry any meaning here. But
I was going to ask that because I think this le has normally it denotes something that has already happened.
Sometimes.
But it also can mean again as well, right?
Yeah.
And so you have a yo here that means again, and you have a la at the end meaning again. So it's a little confusing.
So the law can be really confusing and tricky in the Chinese language. So we'll look at it case by case.
Okay.
And then we have 真对不起，我不是故意的。
This is I'm truly sorry. I didn't mean it. So 真 normally this is like really or very or truly. Yeah.
Exactly.
And then 对不起 this is where you're saying sorry.
Exactly.
Like you've done something that offended someone in some way. So you say 对不起.
And with a 真 before 对不起, it means you're really, really sorry. And take that apology up another level.
Oh, okay. 我不是 means I 不是 is did not or am not. And then 故意的 so 故意 I think this is like on purpose.
Yeah, it's like I'm not intentional to do this.
Yeah.
So English is I didn't mean it.
Or I didn't do it on purpose. Yeah.
我不是故意的. And then 我老是这样冒冒失失的.
This is sorry, I'm always in a rush. So was I and then 老师. Normally my first thought is this means teacher.
Yeah, 老师 is teacher. And here is 老师. The 是 is the fourth tone.
Yeah, I guess this means always.
Yes.
So 我老是这样. And this 这样 is like such.
Yeah,
of some
such or
sort.
this.
And then 毛毛.
冒冒失失.
Okay, so this is a set phrase.
Yes.
毛毛失失的. So this is just means hurry, hurry, like rush.
Well, 冒冒失失 can be shortened to 冒失.
Okay.
Which means describe the kind of person who is always reckless. And
Which Mao is this? Like, does it mean cat? Or
no, that's 猫. 猫 is the first tone.
Okay.
And 冒 is the fourth tone. And by saying 冒冒失失 with the repetition.
So it amplifies it a little bit.
Yeah, the Chinese language loves repetition. 冒冒失失. And then 我昨天才刷的鞋现在又脏了.
So this is I just cleaned my shoes yesterday and now they're dirty again.
I thought one of the speakers stepped on him yesterday. Maybe that's why he cleaned his shoes.
No, they're just dirty, I guess. Also, yeah, was I and then 昨天 this is yesterday. And then 才 I think this is earlier we already used a 才, but I think that's a different tone, right?
Yeah, and that's 才, the third tone.
It's not step on. It means only
or just.
Or just. Is there another way to say just? I feel like there's a few ways to say just.
Yeah, there are a number of ways. For example, 刚.
Yeah. So 我昨天 I yesterday 才 just 刷的. I think this is clean, right?
Well, 刷 to be exactly, it should be brushed. Like 刷牙, brushed the teeth.
Okay, so brushed. 鞋, I think this is shoe. And then 现在 is now. And then 有 is again. And then 脏 is dirty. And I guess if you use that 有, then you need to use the le. Is that way?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then 实在不好意思，我下次一定注意。
This is I'm really sorry. I'll be careful next time. And then so 实在不好意思. Well, 不好意思 is another way of saying excuse me.
Or sorry.
Or sorry,
yeah,
right?
不好意思 carries a lot of...
Yeah, I find that when I'm trying to ask someone a question and interrupt them from doing something, then I say 不好意思.
不好意思,
right? But if I bump into them, then it's 对不起.
You can also use 不好意思.
Oh, 不好意思.
Yeah.
Okay. But 实在, I mean, this is a new one for me. So I guess this is another amplifier?
Yeah,
like really?
实在 Yeah, like so and really, truly. 实在不好意思
Okay. And then 我下次, so I 下次, 下 means next. And then 次 is time, right?
Yeah.
So next time, eating is like definitely. And then 注意, I think this means careful.
Well, 注意 can also mean pay attention. I think the more literal translation for this sentence would be I would definitely pay more attention next time.
Okay.
And then 没事就这样吧别放在心上
This is, that's okay, or that's all right. Don't worry too much about it. So make sure, this is normally, yeah, it's okay, or no worries, or, and then 就这样吧
Yeah, 就这样吧 Yeah, we can understand it as a set phrase as well. 就这样 as a way of saying, that's it, just like that.
Really? Okay. And then 别 is like don't. And then 放在心上. So 心上, is this worry?
心 is heart.
Heart, yeah.
Don't put it on your heart, meaning don't mind it too much.
All right. And then 在 is a preposition.
Yeah.
Right? And then 放 is put. So 别 don't, 放 put, 在 at or in, and then 心 is heart, and then 上 is what?
Like on the heart or in the heart.
Oh, okay. So don't take it to heart.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the whole dialogue. Do you want to give it a try?
Yeah, let's do it. So 小心点，你有踩到我的脚了。
真对不起，我不是故意的，我老是这样冒冒失失的。
我昨天才刷的鞋，现在又脏了。
实在不好意思，我下次一定注意。
没事，就这样吧，别放在心上。
Oh, you didn't really take that sorry to heart. Because your shoe is dirty again.
Yeah.
You're listening to Takeaway Chinese with myself, Fei Fei and Tony Reed. We'd love to hear from you. Send us your thoughts via email to learnchinese@cri.com.cn. And for more fun Chinese learning, you can also follow us on Facebook by searching Learn Chinese to watch many fun videos and live streams. Coming up next, let's learn more about how to apologize. 怎么道歉呢? Don't go away, so you'll take some Chinese away. Welcome back to Takeaway Chinese. I'm Fei Fei, joined by Tony Reed. And we're talking about how to apologize in this episode.
Which is very important. We all need to learn how to say sorry. It's one of the first things that I learned, and I think I was a bit confused because normally when you're learning things by textbook, they just normally give you one word. And as we just talked about, one word isn't really enough because there's different ways. I guess, there's 不好意思, there's 对不起, you know, and
there are also 抱歉,道歉, a number of ways of saying. When you heard these expressions, I think it will confuse you. Like
a little bit.
Isn't just 对不起?
Yeah.
And it turned out people don't say 对不起 as often as we think. Right?
Yeah, I hear 不好意思 a little bit more.
Yeah, 不好意思 actually has 3 meanings. Of course, they have the meaning of excuse me. Like 不好意思, and when you want to pass through somebody, you can use 不好意思. And then there is also sorry. For example, I just heard this expression in the office when one of our co-workers borrowed a charging cord and for longer than she promised. And when she returned the cord, she said, 不好意思. And it's a way of saying sorry as well. And that's not as serious as saying 对不起.
Okay.
So 不好意思 is more casual.
Oh, okay.
And another meaning with 不好意思 is actually shy or embarrassed.
Okay.
Yeah, like somebody, for example, commented on, for example, my hairstyle. And I was like, 我不好意思了, I'm shy.
So I feel a little bit uncomfortable from your compliment. Right?
Yeah, 我不好意思了. And so that 不好意思 is a frequent word used in the Chinese
it's used
language.
a lot.
Yeah.
I think that one is probably a better one to learn for I'm sorry or something. But as you mentioned, it can be used in a whole bunch of different contexts. So
Yes. And then we also have like 我错了 as a way of saying I'm sorry.
错了. Oh, that's like I made a mistake.
Yeah, I'm wrong.
I'm wrong.
Or it's my fault, right?
Oh, okay.
Mostly when, for example, in the dialogue, when somebody stepped on your shoe twice, it definitely should be a 我错了 situation.
我错了. I'm wrong. Huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I've heard that before. 错 is like a mistake.
Yeah, it
right?
is.
So if you put an I in front of that, then like I'm a mistake. Or I screwed up. Yeah.
Yeah, but here 错 is actually more of a adjective. 我错了.
Okay.
Yeah, and also in the dialogue, one of the speakers used 我不是故意的.
故意的. 故意. I think this is like more pay attention or?
Yeah, I didn't mean it. I didn't do it on purpose.
Oh, right, on purpose.
Yeah,
故意.
so 我不是故意的. It's sometimes when you are feeling that the other part is getting a little,
aggressive.
Yeah, about this, and you definitely want to explain a little bit
you
more.
You want to make sure you don't get into a fight.
Yeah, so then you can started to saying things like 我错了,我不是故意的, or 不好意思, and you just keep throwing these words at him or her. Eventually, they will just respond with 没事,就这样吧. It's like, okay, don't worry, that's it.
Okay. Good to know.
And there are also some language tips we talked about in the dialogue.
Yes, there was the yo and la, which kind of threw me off.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, because I'm tone deaf, yo sounds like have, but here it's again. And so, yeah, it's a little bit...
And they also have the la, which appears in pretty much every Chinese dialogue.
Yeah.
With different functions and different meanings. But here, yo and le put together is a way of saying again. For example, 又下雨了.
下雨. This is this rain?
Yeah.
So then it rained again.
Yeah, it rained again.
又下雨了. Okay.
Yeah. And then also we can say 你又迟到了.
你又迟到, not 知道, 迟到. Is that late?
Exactly.
Okay, so you're late again.
You're late again.
Oh,
yeah,
this is not a very friendly statement. Okay.
Yeah, it can be used by teachers or bosses. Yeah, 你又迟到了.
This is authoritative. Okay, got it. Okay.
And so 又 and definitely you need a la in the end of the sentence to finish it off. Otherwise, it sounds unfinished.
Or it sounds like have.
Yeah. Well, the tone is different. And then we also talked a little bit about 老师.
Teacher.
Which, confuses with 老师, the second tone. But here is 老师, the fourth tone, meaning always. We also talked about 一直 as always as well.
一直.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think 老师 here has the indication of a complaining. Like you're not really happy about this action taking a long time.
Okay.
For example, 你怎么老是加班?
你怎么, so 怎么 is this like how?
Yeah.
And then like 老师 is late, and then 加班 is this work?
Working late or overwork.
Okay, so how are you working late or why, right?
Yeah.
为什么?
Yeah.
Shouldn't it be 你为什么老是加班?
Yeah, why are you always working late? Using the word 老师, you are sounding not really patient about this anymore.
Well, it sounds like a spouse that's trying to inquire something about their... like, what are you doing? Why are you working late? What are you doing? Who are you with?
Yeah, like sometimes when one of the boyfriend or girlfriend keeps going out with one friend all the time, you can also ask with 怎么老是他? How come it's always him or her?
Say that again.
怎么老是他?
怎么老是他?
Yeah.
But there's no indication for with, right?
But you're sort of focusing on why is it always that person? Why is it always that person? 怎么老是他? And you are sort of getting impatient about maybe they meet up too many times or for too long, or that person just keeps calling and you're getting a little, pissed off over the situation.
Yeah.
And you can also say 你怎么老是不高兴?
Oh, why are you always unhappy?
Yeah.
Why? My Zama and Weishima, I feel
kind of confuses you.
Yeah, it's a little confusing because I think how are you doing something, but why? It's almost the same thing in a way, right?
In English, you can also sort of use why and how come.
Yeah.
Interchangeable.
Right.
I think then 怎么 and 为什么 can also sometimes be interchangeable as well. It's just you need to change the structure a little bit.
Okay.
And then coming back to another Chinese expression is the repetition. For example, we were trying to say happy.
高兴, right?
Yeah. You can say 高高兴兴. Does that sound cute?
As a learner, it's more work to say something.
Really?
Doubling
you
up.
have to say it twice.
Yeah.
And I think when using 高高兴兴, it can sound a little cute, especially when you're trying to talk to a child. You repeat your words all the time, like 高高兴兴地去上学, like when you go to school happily, and or 漂漂亮亮.
漂亮.
Yeah, as
so
way of
pretty.
saying pretty. And also as the word 宝宝 indicates
baby, right?
Yeah, when you're trying to address a baby, you always say 宝宝. That's really cute as well.
Okay. I think that's easy to pick up on. You just learn an adjective and then just
repeat it.
Yeah, repeat it. Okay.
Yeah. And then the last one, I think, in the dialogue is a way of using 不是 with something in between the.
Okay.
When using this construction, you actually want to put the focus on the things between 不是 and the. For example, 他们不是在网上认识的.
网上 is internet, right?
Yeah.
他不是
他们
Oh, 他们 so they. 不是 are not.
在网上
在 at or in. 网上 internet.
认识的.
认识. What is this word? 认识.
Kind of like get to know or meet.
Oh, meet. So they're not meeting online.
Yeah, so you want to focus in that they didn't meet online.
Okay, so this is the past tense.
Yeah, exactly.
They didn't meet online. Okay.
And also we can say, for example, if somebody asks you, did you come here by subway? And you respond with 我不是坐地铁来的.
Oh, I didn't come by subway.
Yeah, so you're emphasizing, you put the focus on 不是坐地铁来的.
So I didn't come by subway.
Yeah, but maybe I drive or I take the bus, by other means of transport.
Okay. So if it's 我不是坐地铁来的. Okay, I think I got it. Come, 坐, 来 is come, right?
Yeah.
And then you also have 坐. Is this
坐 is
do
sit.
something, right?
坐, this 坐 is sit.
Sit.
Sit down.
Why do we need this? Why do we need this?
Because when you were taking subways, sit on the subway. Sit on the seats of the subway. Right? Like you can also say 坐公交, you sit in a bus. In other means of transport, for example, the bike, you're not exactly sit. Does that make sense?
You are sitting on a bike.
You're but riding it.
Yeah.
骑, that's 骑.
Okay.
Because you split your legs when you were riding a bike.
Yeah.
And that's 骑, like riding a horse, riding a bike. But when you sit on a bus or a subway,
you're not doing anything.
You would just sit there.
Okay. I understand that. I'm wondering if we can respond without using the 做 here.
Well, I don't think there is a way to avoid using 做 here. Because in Chinese, there's always a very specific word with each means of transport. Like 坐地铁, 坐公交, 坐车.
Interesting.
In most public transport, you always sit there. So you can just use sit in most of the public transport. 坐地铁, 坐公交.
And 做, does this also mean do?
That's written differently.
Same pronunciation,
Same
though, right?
pronunciation, but different Chinese characters.
Oh, wow. 我不是坐, so I don't do or didn't do subway to come. That still works too.
That's a little weird. Oh, but that makes
works.
sense in English.
It makes sense in English, yeah.
And that brings us to the end of today's Takeaway Chinese. I'm Fei Fei with Tony Reid here in the studio. For more episodes of the show, you can visit our website at radio.cgtn.com and go to the column podcast. You can listen to the show and read the script there.
Find us wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts, including Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, and much more. Just search for Takeaway Chinese, and don't forget to leave your comments, questions, and ratings.
All right, guys, we'll see you next time.
再见。